Don't be shocked by the shock that I get. I'm still Julian from the blog. It's chocolate, yes, alright. I know this is bad behavior. It's disgusting, actually. Everybody had a tribe, and everybody was spiritual just 3,000 years ago. I distract myself. Um, so, if you consider that mankind only existed for about 100,000 years, 3,000 years is not long ago. And when you would have lived, if you would have lived 3,000 years ago, you would know your roots. You would be part of a tribal society, most likely, or you could be able to locate your tribal roots, and you would be spiritual. It goes to the extent that you would not be able to distinguish between the word or the term or the understanding, belief, and knowledge. It would be the same. When you look at an apple at a tree, you would not say, I believe this is an apple, or you would not say, I know this is an apple. It would be the same. You would say, I believe and I know this is an apple, and it's also a spirit. It's the same thing. You could say this is a spirit of an apple, and it's the same thing for you. You do not distinguish these things. It's new. It's a trick that we started to, who's that? To distinguish and separate these things, spirits, from reality. Let me repeat it one more time. 3,000 years ago, you would be spiritual. You have a spiritual life. We are spiritual beings, and you would see spirits everywhere. You would also not be, what is the English term, alphabetized. You wouldn't know how to, there are not the rules of how something is being written. So you can say things the way you want, and you can write things the way you want, which changes perception completely. Okay? So there was life and dynamic everywhere in life. Everything was not so forced to be in a certain way. Okay? There was flexibility in life everywhere. Dynamic. And there would not be anyone who says, I am not believing in spirituality, I'm not believing in God, I'm agnostic, I'm this, I'm that. No, it's not a question, Yeah, there was not a separation from nature, from life, from your roots. And you would have people who introduce you to everything, and you would listen to the elders. And there would actually not be the slightest crack of doubt or anything. It's not a. Can you please wrap your mind around it? You would not resist it. And it's not a question to resist it, because it's all the same real thing. If you see the clouds coming through the forest down into a valley, this would be spirits. The same as trees are spirits. Everything is a spirit. Okay. This is why today human beings are very disconnected from this spirit. They say, I am not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm that, I'm this and that, and this is okay. I have no problem with that. Now, we just went down a certain line that I told you, a talking point, a topic. I want to start at a different point, or a little bit different point, and then we conclude something out of that, right? Back in the days, these days I was talking about, there were, of course, spiritual leaders, like sometimes shamans. In my case, where I live here, I would have had a certain tribe, and there would have been most likely so-called shamans. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. And let me define this. A shaman is nothing else but a person that walks through a decade-long educational time. So they are learning for decades from another master, and they are called by that master as well. So they don't decide, oh, what do I want to become? I become a hunter or no, they have a calling. Okay, so not everybody can become this. You need that gift, and then they go through a very long period of learning all the plants and animals and nature and mysteries and deities, whatever. And then these people are able to change things in the spirit realm that are healing for the members of the tribe. And the members of the tribe will approve the shaman, okay? So the shaman goes into the spirit realm, and he can even take the person that he's healing with him, or he just does it alone. He changes something, and then it has a healing effect on the person, and the person will approve it. This is a shaman, nothing else. And this is the reason why today we don't have shamans in modern society. There's people who call themselves that, but these are shaman. They are not real shamans. There are still real shamans in some areas, in the Amazon forest, and in other areas too. You can go down this rabbit hole if you want. But in this modern society, when you say, all right, I'm taking a course for the few years and then I call myself a shaman, I don't accept this. I want this term to stay clean and only be put to these people, okay, who really deserve it. Yeah, what is the conclusion of all of this? Now, we are all in our DNA. We are spiritual beings, but now we have been robbed of the access to these roots, okay? Because colonialism, the Romans, the Christians, all this has monopolized everything. So there is one God, there is one system, there's one government, there's one leading idea for everybody. While we're coming from an unbelievable diversity of tribes, of people, of identities, and everybody has his root, everybody was implemented in the whole picture. But this is not in existence anymore. And this causes a lot of problems. We are living, by the way, but this is also topic for another video, in a traumatized society. This is the result. The result is an unhealed and traumatized society. It's the result of all of this, okay? So everybody is traumatized, and when you start to heal yourself, when you just start to heal yourself, working on your own traumas and do shadow work and stuff like that, it gets wild. It gets wild, I tell you. To live in a traumatized society then. Now, what do we do with all this knowledge? What is the solution to this? Because the deception in the world is incredibly high, because you could say, well, then we woke up from this dream of unity. We woke up, but woke up to what? Woke up to capitalism? Woke up to a very injustice world of money? Woke up to all the fake democracies? Woke up to all the injustice? And, we are clearly raping the world. We are exploiting it. We're destroying it. Why does the Bible say that we are here to rule the world and subdue it? We are clearly not ready for this. And we have been living self-sustaining in a sustaining way and in a healthy way, and everybody was being taken care of. People were not traumatized in this time. And if something happened, they had the chance to heal from that in this tribal society. And this is all gone. Now, what is the solution to this mess we're living in? I'm telling you, you are the solution. Okay? You are the solution. A lot of discernment is needed to see through all this. And only you can do this, my chosen people.